Hello, happy witching hour. This is High Priestess Jamila. How are y'all doing? So, I wanted to come and talk to you guys briefly about love work and about domination work and rituals and what can be expected sometimes. And it's one of those things to where, when I go into these cases for you guys, um, we like to go by the best possible outcome based upon the energies that we can see in the future, and then based upon the energies that we can see now, and then how you're feeling at the time. And you really never know. Sometimes these cases are meant for you to learn something from them. Okay. So, like, for example, as far as with love work and domination work, okay, when it comes to love specifically, now, and this is even sometimes with money, I've noticed that if you have covered all bases with your money work, right? If you've covered all bases, you've done all kinds of stuff. Your spirits have even given you new things to do, and you're still feeling like you haven't manifested the money. Um, then what I would say is that there's usually some other thing that needs to take priority, and spirit usually tells me at that time. So when it comes to money, money can be very easy to manifest once you remove the obstacles. However, if there's something more important, like, some asshole throwing death magic at your kid, and this particular spirit is going to fucking cause your kid to break even a toe, because that's what happens. People will sometimes want to throw death magic at you, especially people that I think death magic sometimes is justified. It depends. Anybody that disturbs your peace, and is trying to interfere with your destiny and your will, I don't feel like that person deserves to die, but I do feel like they deserve to fear death at the very least. I really do. So when it comes to your money, oh, and it was one other thing I was going to say about that. People will send an intent of death, and what it does is it can cause some kind of destruction. It typically becomes watered down a whole lot, but once it reaches a person. So, for example, somebody could throw a death magic intent at you, whether or not they are justified or not. If they're justified, they don't have to worry about no karma. Okay. But, whether or not they're justified or not, it depends on how much of a person is going to get it. So, for example, if somebody has thrown some destruction stuff at you, or your child, or your family member, or your friend, then they may just break a toe, break a finger, or maybe they'll just, something else. Maybe it'll give them really bad luck. Sometimes you have to take care of that. Sometimes, but with money work is more so guaranteed, because you are creating the money, believe it or not. It's honestly, okay. And there's some other stuff about that. But when it comes to love work, us witches cannot make, so I don't want to say make them love you, but we can't necessarily make them love you the way that you want them to. They may not have the mindset at that moment. Even if they wanted to give you everything that you wanted in life, maybe they can't do it. Maybe they don't want to do it. And you know what? You have the right to walk away from that situation as well. So, for example, let me give you guys an example. I did a love working with a demon that I am actually not working with anymore, so to speak, today. But that may change because we kind of, me and this demon, we kind of didn't see eye to eye, and I ended up having to go to Lilith about this person, because you guys know that I work with Lilith. That is my everything. Lilith is my everything. Okay. And Lilith, Satan bows down to Lilith. Okay. He does. So that's why I love Lilith and feel very lucky, and just, oh my God, that she is a part of my spirit team, essentially a pivotal part. But let me get to the point. um I did a love working with a demon, and that demon will still have to, any workings that I've done with that demon, it gets shifted over to Lilith, and so she'll take care of it, because I've actually had meditations and spoke with Lilith about this. um but I did a love working with Andrew Malleus, and I love Andrew Malleus. I'm not saying anything about him. I just don't think that we meshed well together. And it wasn't because what he did didn't work. It was other stuff. I believe that it was Lilith. I believe that it was Lilith, and then it probably was also possibly Lucifer or Satan. You guys know that I have a relationship with those particular deities. And a lot of people are afraid of it. A lot of people really don't know. You're just scared. I also have a relationship with what you consider to be the light, in particular, the Virgin Mary, Yemi Yah. I am a polytheist, which means that I believe in many gods. It's my mind that does it and creates this belief for me. So, I can work with as many as I want when I want. I can choose which one that I want. If one of them comes to me, that's just like sometimes I work with my Eve, who is a fairy goddess, a fairy witch goddess. So I'm a polytheist. It just is what it is. I do have a matron goddess, I do have a patron goddess, and it just is what it is. Okay. I'm very universal. Okay. So in my practice, I have found that working with both sides is necessary. Okay. And you just have to understand that, because all of them are necessary. So, I believe that it was Satan himself that said, what, like, what are you doing with that? Like, especially, and I think it's because of I'm an advanced witch. I've been doing this for years. And so, Andrew Malleus is more of an earl, as opposed to somebody like, what's one that I can think of? But outside of one of the kings of hell. Okay. And we all know that Lucifer, Satan, is ruler, but there are kings, and so there's a hierarchy everywhere. You just can't help it. And it's not based upon race or age. It's based upon many other things. It's based upon job. It's based upon what they're supposed to be doing. So Andrew Malleus is more of an earl. And so it was, Lilith, Lucifer, Satan. Un those are my unholy trinity that I go to. Okay. And so, the more experienced you are, you can work with Lucifer, Satan, Lilith, you know what I'm saying? And as opposed to being a beginner witch, Andrew Malleus would be good for you. Anyway, God, let me finally get to my friggin' point. So I did a ritual for a client, on a man. And Andrew Malleus will help you with your love life. He will. He will help bring that person to you and what you want from that person. And it can actually be or turn into a real connection. However, everybody still has free will. And I think people want to lie and say that that's not the truth. But like, you can't say, oh, this is dark and I can control you. And it's I'm just like the devil succubus of the universe, and you have to obey me. Well, we all know that even when it comes to, Lucifer, Satan, he's all about free will, which is why he's a fallen angel, duh, because he went against God or whatever, which it's basically just opposing forces. Like, hey, I want you to do this, and no, I'm not going to do this. And okay, well, go live your life. Good luck, and it's just what it is. Okay. So I did the ritual with Andrew Malleus for the client, and the guy called her like a day or two later. Happened really fast. The only thing, and this guy was offering her money, sex, all of us women, it's not that we're prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? But women love money and sex too, just like men. Okay, we do. Doesn't make you a prostitute. It just, unless you want to call yourself that, if you want to label yourself that. But who doesn't like money and sex and, you know, fun? Who doesn't like that? So anyway, he offered her that, but the problem was that it was not full submission to the client. And so, she was just like, well, I'm ready to move on because, this person is not, and it may not be meant to be. And a lot of my clients, I have never, ever, ever gotten a phone call ever from a client cussing me out, angry at me, mad at me because their person didn't give them what they wanted. Ever. This is an experience that I have never had. And I'm sure that it has happened to the best of them. But for me, it's never happened. And I think it's because a lot of my clients, in which, you want, once you start working with a witch's spirit, you get their wisdom and their healing energy as well. So, for example, if you want this life with this person and you feel like you should have it and you want it now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen later. But sometimes you have to just flow with it and go with the flow of life. There doesn't need to be a ritual done over and over again, especially when it comes to me. Once the ritual is done, once I have invoked spirit and that person has came to you and they have, maybe they have said something to you to where it's like, okay, I can't give you that at the moment. Or if a man is telling you, oh, you got to wait, that's irritating. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and you have to just leave that person alone. Because more than likely, if you are dealing with somebody that is not giving you what you want, that will start to interfere with your self love and your self care and what you're manifesting for yourself. So sometimes you have to say, okay, I'm going to put this on the shelf and leave it there, forget about it, and maybe it'll come back. Because whoever it is that you're meant to be with, or whatever is meant to happen, if it's meant for you to be with somebody, they're going to come back if it's truly that divine true love connection. However, you know don't get too hasty as far as with the romanticism, because some shit, I don't care if it's coming from spirit. I don't give a damn if a man is too disrespectful to me. He gotta go. And more than likely, I ain't forgiving you for shit. Maybe we can be cordial with each other, but you was too disrespectful to me. I gave you way too many chances. It will never happen again. I will never open my spirits will never let me open myself back up to you. They just won't do it. Okay. And that's kind of how I am, how I've always been. And a lot of you guys need to understand that, honestly, I do believe that you do need to look at the time frame. If you are past the third year and that man has not made a commitment to you, it's time to go. So even if you go, because I did a very powerful ritual with Andrew Malleus, stated specifically what client wanted, and the guy kind of was like pulling back. So that meant that the guy was like fighting a demon. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. If this is not gonna jumpstart it, we gotta let this go. Okay. And why do us witches do this? Because a lot of people just like, oh, wait, if da 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 da. You know why? Because this world is so messed up. This world is so chaotic. A lot of women would rather invest in a man that they have already been with and familiar with. So they would rather invest in that man. It's an investment. And depending on that man, it may not be a good investment. It may not. Okay. So sometimes, and I've heard a lot of clients tell me this story, they will pay for thousands of dollars and work on this one guy only to manifest the perfect person that was outside of that guy. So, you know what that means? That means that, this is what was meant to be. And not only did we remove during that time frame all of the blockages that was keeping you from this person that you could be happy with together, not to make you happy, but that you could be happy together. Not only have we done that, but we've also eliminated, or not eliminated, because some of these guys are just meant to be lessons, and it doesn't matter how you feel. Your feelings don't matter. You can feel all day. And if that man is not giving you everything that you want, I don't even care if he is a sugar daddy to you. Eventually, no, like, okay, be a sugar daddy, but I'm looking for a commitment. You can't commit to me. I gotta go. Deuces. Okay. So your heart will tell you when it is time to do that. But nobody ever can ever force somebody into freaking subserviency. Nobody, not men. Men can't do that to women. It's not even legal to do that anymore. If it's not a person's personal choice at that time, it ain't going to be done. Even if we did the most powerful ritual to put that person in domination and submission, their free will is still going to come out. If they don't want to be kept, they not going to be kept. Okay. And so the work is still being done. And I tell people all the time, which is why I'm going to get into strictly invocations for clients as opposed to just doing specific work, except for, maybe road openers, home buying spells, fertility workings, of course, uncrossings, unblockings. Those are some of my most powerful workings. So I will always do those. And then also, defensive stuff. But for things like that, for love, I want to focus on the strictly the invocations, maybe the invocations of your ancestors, maybe the invocations of angels, maybe even your invocations of demons. Okay. Spirits. Okay. A spirit and a demon is two different things. We all have spirits. Some of you guys have been either separated from your spirits, or your spirits have been kept somewhere for some reason. So it's a lot more deeper stuff than just, I'm going to do a love candle. I'm going to stick pins in it and da 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 da. It's so much other stuff that we do. And so this is the reason why I'm getting into the invocations and the summonings. Um, Here's what I feel. If it's something that you really, really want, that is like outside of another human being besides a baby, right? Let's say that you really, really, really want to have a child, and you're going to be a good mother, or, to that child, and you're going to raise that child in a loving environment, in a healthy environment. Those things, I can always manifest those things for you. A house, even a car, you know. And even though I don't have a car, I don't have to have a car right now. Maybe it's because I'm waiting for the right car. Okay. So just because a spiritualist does not have that yet, something like that, something as insignificant as that doesn't mean anything, and trust me, it's a lesson because there was a time when my cars would rule my life if the motherfucker broke down or if somebody vandalized it. And I was always having my crazy ass exes and other people vandalizing my shit. It just completely fucked up my vibrations. I'm waiting to get a car when I clean out my damn garage because I'm keeping that sucker in the garage. I ain't about to have my car parked outside my house. I ain't about to do it. So anyway, but things like that can easily be manifested. A person, that's a totally different thing. Not to say that having a baby is not a person. So nobody has a baby so that they can feel like, oh, I've got this person, tied to me for life. Being a mother or a father is a totally different thing. A lover, a person cannot be forced, and you shouldn't even be trying to force it. A person should not feel forced to be with you, even though sometimes when you're in the throes of passion, and I've been guilty of this before too. If he's acting funny, it's like, oh, you're not, oh, oh, you, and and if so if a man says, hey, I'm ready to go, or if a woman says, hey, I'm ready to let this go, okay, we gotta let this go. And what are we arguing for? And I personally feel as though a lot of your people, they have put love at the bottom of the totem pole. And so I think a lot of you guys as love targets are stupid as hell anyway, because they are willing to sacrifice love, and you never sacrifice love. So I personally think that a lot of y'all targets are stupid as hell. Like seriously, like they're literally willing to give up on even their self-love, and for fucking what? You know what I'm saying? For some fucking money? Like, stop. Okay? A person that compromises their heart and their love, and if you are truly their true love and they are compromising them shits for something material or money or something, or some bitch done paid them hundreds of thousands of dollars to be with them or some shit, hell, leave them alone. Okay, just let them go, because they stupid. Okay, and they're going to end up with karma anyway. So if it was truly something that that even mattered. But my point that I'm making is that you can't force. Nobody out here is ever forcing anybody. If somebody tells you that they can force somebody to do something, they are lying. They are a fucking fraud. And that is the God to honest truth. That's why, as a spiritualist, if y'all ever see me with a man, it's real. It's not that me and him have got together and said, hey, we're gonna couple up and so we can manifest this money. You got me fucked up. No, I ain't doing. If I'm with him, I'm all up in his ass. I'm all up in that. I'm all up in him. Okay, it's real. It's real, and I love his ass. Okay, if you see, when y'all see me and a man in the future, it's always love for me. I don't fucking touch anybody unless it's love. I don't sleep with somebody unless I feel that deep love and that deep connection. So, and no, love is not about controlling somebody. No, it's not. Love is about a person's desire to be with you, to be near you. They can't stop thinking about you. They know that their life would, they feel that love for you to where it's a longing. It's not, oh, I'm forced now. Okay. So even when I do my love domination work, it's not done in that sense to where it's like, okay, I'm just going to force this person to love me, because you can't fucking do that either. Okay. You can't do that either. But basically, what the love domination work is about is for them to put you as a fucking priority, straight up and down. Like, I need to be a priority in this person's life, is what the love domination work is about. You know, and if you don't end up being a priority in that person's life, it wasn't meant to be. So this is one of the reasons why most of the cases that I do are home buying or either renting. You know, I help people rent or buy homes when they're being blocked. I get, obviously I do uncrossings. I do exorcisms to where if you have like vagabond poverty spirits on you, fucked up spirits on you, you know, that's what I specialize in. Cleanses, money workings, self-healing, psychic development, spiritual development. Those are the main things that I do. As far as with love workings, those are usually one of my least preferred cases. I don't like doing love work. I don't. I don't like doing it at all. In fact, once I get things off the ground with my apprenticeship program, uh, you know, yeah, I'll probably be, it'll be few and far between. Like I only do certain workings for certain people if you already in my circle. But otherwise, I'm not interested in dealing with this shit. It's not that any of my clients have said anything or done anything, but it's more so what love is about. Now I can tell you this, that if you I think that if you want to work on your person, you should work on them. Okay, you should work on them, right? Give me a second. Okay, so that's pretty much where I'm at that. Honestly, a lot of you guys have more, and it's not that love is not important, but there's other things that take priority before that. You know what I'm saying? It is. And you don't want to put yourself in a situation to where the situation is fucking dragging you down. Okay. So once I've done that for you and the person, and okay, here's another thing. Even when I work with a demon, a daemon, which is a friend, okay, demons are some of the most, they're not bad people. Okay, let's just put it like that. It's not going to necessarily manifest the person calling you the next day or 2 days later. Sometimes it can take up to a week. Be careful what you ask for because you're going to get it. It is. And I think that once the ritual is done, try to work on self, try to work on other things. Don't sit and obsess about it. Whenever you sit and obsess about something, it doesn't work. Now, if you guys are having issues with money and shit like that, you guys really, really, really need to connect with your ancestors. So we're going to be doing a lot of ancestor money work as well. And I meant to show it to you guys, but I'm going to wait until I can do like a better ritual for ancestor work. You know what I'm saying? Ancestor money work. And then also probably either, I think it's going to be tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to make a bank dirt money oil tomorrow. So yeah, not tomorrow, today. Either Thursday or Friday, okay? So, and that's just it. And don't let society fuck with your head. And because a lot of women are measured, and they're measuring women by whether or not they can get a man, and that's so stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. A lot of these men, they that for example, I'm not going to be with a man. This is a deal breaker. If you are not supporting me, promoting me, working with me on the business, I don't want nothing to do with you. You wasting my time. Even sexually, I'd rather just be celibate. Okay. Because, a man does not define somebody, and society will try to make you feel that way. Don't let society make you feel that way. Don't do that. Because you know what? You can be looking at people in social media and they may seem to like they happy, but they fucking miserable. Okay. So, and I would rather be alone than spend 20 fucking years of misery with somebody, with a man that doesn't want to. Because men, to me, a lot of the men of the day of today, especially some of the ones that are my age, what pisses me off is that they don't want to listen to a woman. They don't want to take divine feminine guidance. They don't want to heal. They want to, stay stuck on certain Abrahamic religions, which it's okay for that to be a fucking foundation. But, I don't believe that, God actually meant for us to limit ourselves. I feel like God meant for us to be disobedient because I do. I do. But everybody's fucking thing. So I don't want to be with a man that, is just stuck on that. And he's like, oh, you're a sinner and you're wrong before God and you're a woman and da 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 da. And you should just blah, 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 blah. I'ma call the Lilith and fuck his ass up. I don't like men like that. Like, seriously. I don't have no love, no desire to be with a man like that, and I can't do it. I can't. And so, and especially when it's a man that's not willing to support me financially. I think there are some of you women out there that have men in your life and they support you financially. If you supporting somebody fucking financially, that doesn't mean that you can fucking beat them up, abuse them. Fuck that. Okay. I will walk away fucking penniless from your ass. And when a man gets you to that point to where he taking all your damn power and shit, and you are penniless at that point, walk the fuck away and take your power back and do what you got to do, sis. Quit. Just stop. Just stop. Okay. If a man, whether or not that's temporary or whatever, if you like, fuck that, because any man that leaves me penniless or high and dry, I ain't about to forgive you for that. Mm-mm. Because I know damn well I would never do that. So I judge things based upon what would I do. If I wouldn't do that, I don't have time and space in my life for other people that would do some shit like that. Okay, so I really feel that somebody out there needs to fucking hear this. Nobody, your partner is supposed to be an escape. Your partner is supposed to be someone that you don't have to worry about those things with that person. And it's not to say that that person can't question you, but I've noticed, I don't know why, but it seems like as a woman, some of these men, even when you are saying something that is right, they just want to disagree with you. Even if it's something that you know for a fact works and is tried and true, these men will still disagree. And you're like, what are you talking about? Like, I've seen it. Like what the fuck are you like? And they just want to argue. No, no, I can't deal with a man like that. I can't deal with a non-magical man. He's got to be dripped in magic. Like I'm talking about, and not, you know what I'm saying? He has to be a magic man. I can't have no man sitting up there, talking ignorantly, not knowing what he's talking about. I can't do that. I can't do that. So, but y'all may want different things. Okay. I'm just saying, as far as me personally, and you know what? Shit, knowing how I feel like a lot of the men on this earth are not what us, and especially with us witches can't be with a disrespectful man that is trying to take our power. Nah, no, not, Not even if you giving me all your money and you taking care of me. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I'm not a woman all of a sudden because I'm with you. I don't understand that. So a lot of the men on this earth are possessed by, what's the word that I want to, by limited potential. A lot of them, a large percentage of them. And you can tell that they are because they're always questioning women. Even if they look at something and they know that that shit is powerful, they're going to tell the woman that it ain't shit because she's a woman. So I just, there's a lot of men out here in this world that hate women. It's just the reality of it for some reason. And so this is the reason why it lowers your chances as a woman of even finding a lifelong partner. It lowers those chances because there's more, let's put it like this, there's more quality women available than it is quality men. It is. And I'm not talking about superficial shit like, because y'all know I'm a fucking chubby chaser. I like chubby men. I do. I like my men to have a little bit of chub on them. Not, you know, like humongous, but a husky man. I love me a husky ass man. Okay. And so, some women like very thin and cut men, which I like those too, but it's just something about that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking about looks. That's another thing. People in this world are so stuck on looks that they get stuck at the fucking superficial. You have to be able to see that person, and you have to be able to see their spirit. You know what I'm saying? You have to, that's what basically is attracting you to people, is their spirit. It's not the way that they look, believe it or not. It's not. Okay. Because that person may be cute to you, but they look disgusting to other people. Or not disgusting, but other people may not be attracted to that person. And so I prefer people that ain't. I don't want everybody attracted to my man. So I don't need that. I don't need them kind of problems. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about when it comes to love domination work. Stop believing people that tell you that they can put people under domination and control. Now, I will tell you that there are certain hypnosis, and mind control spells, as well as glamour. Those are usually temporary. It usually ends up in chaos. It ends up in disagreement. If it, you want to have as an you want to have an organic love connection with somebody. Okay. You don't want to ever make somebody feel like they always want to get away from you, or they always want to be free from the relationship. Like, damn, So if that's the case, then you don't need to be with that person any damn way. Okay. So that's a lie to say that. People typically, this reminds me of that episode of Supernatural, when there was this witch that wanted to be with Sam, and she literally had to give him a demonic potion every 4 hours for him to even stay with her. What the fuck? What if you run out of the potion? Like, what is this, some kind of fucking never ending potion? You know what I'm saying? And so if y'all ain't seen that episode of Supernatural, that's not what you want. You don't want that. You want somebody that meshes with you, that you are inseparable from. You don't want to have to depend on all these bindings and domination, and you don't want to do that. If you ask spirit for what you want, whether or not you're doing what, however you're asking the universe for it, however it is, you know how, whatever it is that you're asking for, if it's not meant for you to get it, you're not. Okay. You're not. So me think if there's anything else that I was going to say. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Witch's Broom channel. I'm gonna have a haul video going up. Um, so and I know y'all love the haul videos. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. If somebody fucking tells you that they can put somebody under this love domination to where you can tell that person to chop their fucking right arm out for you, more than likely that person is a fucking fraud. And let's keep it all the way a buck. Okay. And most of us women and witches that are on here that tell the truth about that, we have been in love. We have been so in love that we have cried and cried and cried and cried our fucking eyes out of our brain loving somebody. So we know about love. We know how to we know how to love. We do love. We've been loved in return, and it just is what it is. Okay. Oh, does she rock bottom? Well, that's cool. Are you trying to advertise in my chat? Rock bottom? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. So, you should have her contact me though. I'd like to connect with as many people as possible. You know, I love witches. I love tarot cards. I love divination. I love all of the whole thing. I love the whole thing. Yes, I do. But I feel like something must be going on or something. But anyway, welcome to the channel. Are you subscribed to the Witch's Broom channel? I don't know why so much hate for witches. I think only ignorant people have hatred for witches. I do. I love witches. I love the way that witches decorate their houses. Man, like love all look, just love my witches. Y'all are always in my heart, always and forever. Okay. Yeah, because it's been a lot of hate for witches. And those that are, I know that we can get into witch wars and shit, but, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no. Which is called Witch's Broom. Okay. I'm going to give y'all the link to the Witch's Broom channel. Hold on. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, yeah, and just also know that there is a difference between a witch, a psychic, and a spiritual philosopher, or like somebody that talks about spiritual stuff. There is a difference. It is to me because and I feel that it really really depends on where you're at. For me, I am total witch, total. Like I feel like honestly, and it's me ultimately. I feel that I am connected to my past self that was a witch, which is self, which was always going to manifest, and nobody could ever stop that. So I'm basically possessed by myself. I'm Myself is possessing myself. Because I used to say like 5 years ago or 4 years ago that I feel like I am possessed by an ancient, crone witch, thousands of years old. I'm just under her possession. And it's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And but so many people that want to dominate and control your narrative, or either they just want to be assholes, they want to make it seem like being a witch is a bad thing, but it's the most peaceful and amazing space to be in when you have your spirits among you, or when you are when you're connected to yourself. Okay, when you're connected to yourself. So anyway, that's the link to the Witch's Broom channel. I've just been coming on here, kind of catching people whenever they may pass through, so that I can, get you guys over to the Witch's Broom channel, because that's where everything will be happening at. And I do have one new upload today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make some bank dirt money oil. That also, it's like a bank dirt money oil and, ancestor type of thing. So I'll be doing that, and until then I'm just gonna get off of here. Okay. All right, hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you go over to the Witch's Broom channel and show some love over there. Hit the thumbs up, because it definitely does get me in the algorithm. And then also visit my website, divineservicesapothecary.com. Okay. Because that definitely, when y'all click the link to my website, even if you don't buy anything, which I prefer for you to buy, but do you know that when you click the link to my website, it actually increases the traffic to my website. So you're still supporting me, even if you just click on the link. Okay. Now, if you need to buy something, you're more than welcome. But just clicking the link, that's a SEO thing. Okay. It's an internet marketing thing. So that's why people will, guide you towards the website and say, hey, and there's not no ads and shit on my website. I ain't got no crazy website like that. It is a website that is powered by GoDaddy. Okay. And they are just, amazing people. And I didn't build my website. That's a template. Okay. So GoDaddy, they have some really good quality websites. You know what I'm saying? If you're a witch and you want to get a website, I would highly recommend GoDaddy. Okay. And so yeah. Anyway, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a happy witching hour. Blessings. Bye-bye.